So we all want to be entrepreneurs. We all want to control our own fate and not to depend on a job that's giving us a check. That's like saying we all want to have six-pack abs. People just be talking. To be an entrepreneur and to cut yourself off from your employer's titty is absolutely terrifying. Peace. I have over 3 decades in the workforce, punching into a time clock. Now, the majority of those years, I wasn't actually punching into a time clock because I was salary, but you understand the gist of what I'm saying. And one common theme amongst people in those 3 decades was people want to be entrepreneurs, have their own businesses, and essentially control their own fate, right? They don't want to go to work per se, they want to work for themselves. I've heard that from all kinds of people, men, women, all different races, didn't matter. So we all want to be entrepreneurs. We all want to control our own fate and not to depend on a job that's giving us a check. That's like saying we all want to have six-pack abs. People just be talking. To be an entrepreneur and to cut yourself off from your employer's titty is absolutely terrifying, especially if you are an adult with adult responsibilities, mortgage, car note, kids, and you making a good amount of money. To cut that off for a pipe dream is almost absurd, right? It's absolutely unheard of. Who the hell is cutting that off? Let me get out this light. So in full transparency, shit, I was the same way. I talk that shit. The difference would be that I was hustling with my own business on the side. I just wasn't putting in nowhere near the time and effort that I needed to put in to bring it to fruition to match and outdo the job that I was going to. However, the job downsized and I got caught up in the mix with thousands and tens of thousands of other people that lost their job. And also the difference is I'm not bitching and moaning about it. So now, when you basically get pushed out of the fucking nest, right? So now you pushed out of the nest. So now what do? You be optimistic and you tell yourself this is an opportune time to let your entrepreneurial spirit flourish, and you get out there and you really grind like you said you would grind if the opportunity presented itself. Let me tell you something. That shit is a motherfucker. The ER, a motherfucker. That shit a motherfucker. If you don't have a mentor, right? Somebody to essentially hold your hand and take you step through step. But then who has that type of money to pay for a mentor? So we're not talking about the people that got X amount of dollars that can pay for a mentor, that can hold their hand and take them through each step, and they can progress over a year, year and a half. What about the joker that got to just grind it out, right? Really, the marketing. Because what I've come to learn that people got good ideas. People have good companies. Well, the thought anyway. Service-based, right? If you got a good service-based company and you provide a service, if you, from like me, you personal training, you teaching health and wellness, you teaching diet, nutrition, that shit is priceless and valuable, right? The catch-22 is the fucking marketing though, right? I gotta market this shit. See if I can do this without this light fucking it up. So, the marketing. As you probably can tell from my views and subscribers on YouTube, don't even want to talk about Instagram. My Instagram is low as shit. So my marketing isn't nowhere near effective as my message in the service that I provide. The service is actually easy in comparison to the marketing. With that being said, I've had success in the traditional way, just meeting people, in public, just meeting people, building and making sales and training people and so on and so forth. So I've had success. Again, it's nowhere near the income that I was making going to work. I'll tell you this though, I am not deterred, or it doesn't diminish the energy, the fire that I have to make it work, right? I tell people that my ego is too big for it not to work. And I say that in the most humble way that I could say it. I'm going to just keep on smashing until I figure this puzzle out. I'm not one to think about not going to a job, a 9 to 5. Let's just use 9 to 5 to have it in simple terms. I'm not there. I'm one that says you can do it both. We definitely can get entrepreneurial money and we can get 9 to 5 money. And as soon as that entrepreneurial money takes up all the time and is making substantial income, then you break away from the 9 to 5. But you have to be strategic in those movements, those methods, those plans on making sure that you're making the right move and not just quitting your job because you want to be called the CEO, right? The fuck out of here. So even now, right, I'm pressing on my entrepreneurial ventures, and I'm also pressing on getting back to a 9 to 5. The 9 to 5 is a low-hanging fruit. So we get the 9 to 5, right? Now, we don't settle for anything depending on your financial circumstances. You don't settle for anything, right? You strive and get what you deem that you're worth, and you go to that 9 to 5, all the while pressing on your entrepreneurial ventures at the same time. We can get both. We can get it all. It's all here. And you know how we know it's all here? Because other people were doing it. If other people was doing it, that means you can do it too. And as I say this, these are the same things that I tell myself, and I stay on the grind, and I'm asking myself, where are the gaps at? Where the gaps at? The gaps is I'm not putting in enough time. I'm not dedicating enough time to my entrepreneurial ventures. I'm just not doing it. The pendulum isn't moving fast enough. It's moving in increments, in centimeters. Fuck that. We need to move in feet. We need to be getting after it. Not having unrealistic expectations, but it should be moving faster. And when you honest with yourself and you critique yourself and you say that, man, I put in an hour today. No, fuck putting in an hour. Put in the same 8 hours that you would do if you was at your 9 to 5, right? Man, it's here. And as I'm making this video, I'm talking to myself, right? It's just not easy though. Fuck being easy. We don't want it to be easy. Fuck being easy. So with that being said, what's the actionable steps to be taken? What do you do? Now, I struggled with giving a lot of advice when I've only made it to a certain plateau. You know, it's like, what the fuck do you know if you essentially in the same position that I'm in? But I've had success though, right? So having success and speaking on the steps that I took can provide value to somebody that's looking at this video. Now, the success doesn't need to be, I made $1 million. Success meaning that I've executed and I've moved the pendulum. I've moved the barometer, right? I've moved forward on my endeavors. So therein lies the success. So I'm being strictly transparent and just telling you that these are the thoughts that every motherfucker has, right? No matter, even if you are some entrepreneurial millionaire, these are the same fucking thoughts everybody have, right? It's no fucking different in terms of what the thoughts be. That shit just happens. So the actionable steps, first and foremost, the number one step is to take fucking action. That's the number one step. Take action. Even if you not for sure if this is the correct action. Being stagnant is death. Not doing nothing is death. You ain't even doing shit. And again, I'm telling you this shit because this is the shit that I do. Fuck it. Just go. And then you'll come to find out that, okay, this action I was taking was probably something that should be done later down the line, and I don't need to do it right now. Fuck it. You learn as you go. But the action is the number one step, man. Right? The number one step is to take action. Another step that may be even before the action is that, I won't even say it's before the action. Take fucking action. Don't matter. Take the action. And you should know whatever it is that your business is. You should be able to talk to it. You should be able to talk to somebody in simple terms and get them to understand what you're selling them, what your service is, or what your product is, right? You should be able to communicate it effectively. You know, what they call it, the 30-second elevator pitch, right? You should be able to communicate what it is. And the only way that you are able to communicate it effectively is to actually know what your service or your product is, right? So take fucking massive action and know what you're talking about, what your service is, what your business is, what your product is. And the third thing is that when doubt starts to sink in, fuck the doubt and continue to take action. That's it. That's the moral of this whole fucking video. Take action, know what you're talking about, and take action again, right? Don't slow up on the action. Because long as you're moving forward and taking action, you will find the avenues to take. But if you're sitting back and fucking analysis paralysis, then your ass you just won't know. You're waiting. You're waiting for things to happen. Like somebody's going to just come to you and say, hey, I need your training services. No, you got to take action to get out there to let people know that you're an expert in your field, and then they'll come to you because they really need what you're selling, right? And you'll provide them value, and in turn, they'll pay for that service. So that's the video, man. We provide value. We being transparent. We all in this shit together. Whether you making $100, $10,000, $100,000, $1 million, it's all the same shit, man. We can't get jaded about who making what. The process, the foundation is all the same. You have to trust the process, trust in yourself, trust your craft, and know that you provide value and taking massive action. And I'm guaranteed this shit gonna work the fuck out, because you don't give it no other fucking option but to work out. That's the video, man. Like, comment, subscribe, run my shit up, man. The value is there. I just gotta learn how to market this shit. But I'm gonna continue to work the work, man. Don't have no other choice. Work the work, and I'm gonna continue to take action. I'm still learning how to use this fucking mic, right? So it's what we all do, man. Learn to learn, be a student always, continue to be an open book, be transparent, and the people gonna come, man. The money gonna come as long as we stay on the path. That's the video, man. Appreciate y'all. Peace.